You can move that chair.
Struggling with weight, your breath smells, you are bloated, you fart a lot. Get the dandelion blue tea into your body. It's high in enzymes and vitamin K, and your liver will thank you for it. Plus, it tastes like coffee.
Hello. Hi, everybody. How are you?
You find yourself snappy.
So I'm currently going through all my videos and privating most of them because I got to join a TikTok community guideline Zoom class, if you want to call it. Webinar. And basically, a lot of the words that we use in the health and wellness space are. What are you doing, love?
I'm just trying to see if we can.
Huh?
We can't. Okay.
So, a lot of the words that we use in the health and wellness space are no longer allowed on this app as of October 11th, but will go into full swing. So I'm going through every single video I've ever posted and privating or taking them down, which is very unfortunate. Hi, Angie. And I think moving forward, I obviously don't want to upset TikTok. And have you seen any health and wellness being pushed on your For You page? Yes or no, have you seen any health and wellness being pushed out on the For You page? No. Wait. Can you hear me? So have you guys seen any health and wellness being pushed out on your For You page? No, so Angie, across the board for everybody, there's certain trigger words. I went on to their webinar yesterday, just because after my whole Instagram account, I wanted to, really not upset anybody. And a lot of the words we can't use. I can't even say them. You can't use this word. You can't use anything pertaining to the body. You can't, there was a list of words and it went into effect October 11th, but they will really keep, I guess, bringing down these accounts. So I would rather play by the rules and not lose access to y'all. So I will focus more on spirituality, because spirituality is it's important that we have our spirit and our energy, and I will hopefully make content with my husband. But I'm very passionate about health and wellness. It's what I'm so passionate about it. I'm very bummed because it's what I love to share with the world, and the fact that this type of content can potentially get you off all the platforms is sad, not just for me, but for all the wellness creators. Would you get so Crystal, we have a case with Meta, basically the internal review team. So fingers crossed I get it back. And then once I get it back, I will be taking a course with them to see what's allowed and what's not allowed. Yes, we see our favorite wellness and content creators, but then one day their accounts are gone. And so are your protocols still available through your new account? So I post a lot on Instagram. I feel like they're a little more relaxed than TikTok. I love you for starting my Shilajit journey. I love Angie. I'm so happy it's helping you. I'm going to take my Shilajit today. But I think I'm going to be posting a lot of the stuff where we talk about the C word on Twitter or X, known as X, because I think it's important, and it's sad that certain words will get you, and they didn't care if you were a doctor or not. We talk about all things health and wellness, but I was on a webinar yesterday for TikTok creators, like what is and they had a list of words that you cannot use, and that word was very long. You can't claim that anything helps with thyroid or weight loss or any disease that has a name. Basically, a disease that has a name, you cannot talk about it, you cannot mention it, you cannot. So it's a little. It kind of makes you. Uh, why, I don't know why. I have no swipe to the left to close. Yeah, so that's why. Have you noticed that you haven't been seeing a lot of health and wellness on the FYP? Or is it just me? Because I don't see it. Have you seen health and wellness? I don't really see it. Uh, which is sad. Like, for instance, I still have a bit of a sinus thing going on, and I've been doing something that's been really helping me. I wish I could share it with everybody, but I think on the WhatsApp channel, I'll be able to share these things, and on X, because it is what it is, you know. It's sad, it's unfortunate, but I am basically privating a lot of videos as we speak. Um, yeah. Um, so I've been doing I got see if I start talking about it, um I've been doing something they used to use for malaria. It's called methylene blue. Of course, always consult with your doctor. This is not medical advice. And it is antivirus, antifungal. So this nostril has been having, you can see I'm a little puffy, the sinus is puffy. Um, so I do a drop, and then I put saline, and I just started last night, and it's been clearing me out, but I feel it's getting better. There's a lot less coming out. And every time I do it, the color is not so, I know we're getting a little TMI, but you know when it's clearing out. So hopefully a few more days and it will be better. I wish I could share that in a video. I can't. But when we have the WhatsApp channel, it's up and running. You're welcome to find me there. We will have a private group. Methylene Blue. I do have, it's everything is Abi energy. Everything is Abby's, my last name, ABI, and energy. I do. It's called Methylene Blue. They used to use it for malaria back in the day. Uh, of course, it's not medical advice. This is just what's been working for me. And it's pretty. Sometimes people drink it for. It brings more oxygen. It helps with brain fog, and I get mine from a certain company because some are good on the market, some are bad. Yes, you can go down that rabbit hole if you want to. I'm going to continue cleaning this up later, but basically our talk about massage stuff, our talk about superfoods, but we won't go down into like what's helping if cysts or things like that, like specific things, unfortunately. But on the WhatsApp channel, on the private group, we can definitely, if there's any questions, because how did this sinus thing wasn't going away. So then I emailed my mentor, my teachers, and they told me to do that. And I was like, oh yeah, great. I have that at my home. And sure enough, it's definitely helping. I wish I could just share this type of valuable information on here, but I can't. But I think X is a little bit more liberal. I'm well. I am well. I am well. How's everybody? It's called Methylene Blue. Yeah, Methylene Blue. I got mine from Health Natura, Health Natura, and Let me write it down for you. I think I have a code. 1 second as well. I'm just looking for my code. Blue. Uh, Health Natura and and let me see. 1 second. I will ask. You can use code Abby Energy 22. Abby Energy 22. Good morning. So if you're always cold, and do you have bloating? Are your periods a little scanty? Or do you have like painful periods? Do you crave like sometimes a lot of dairy or sweets? I'm just trying to see if in Chinese medicine you might have what is called cold uterus. What you want to do is always have an undershirt on, and you want to keep your kidneys and your feet warm. Very important. So always wear socks and always have an undershirt under your top that's tucked in. Okay, so um why are you cold then? I don't know. Is it you like circulation, like cold hands and feet, or you're just cold in general? Hello, YouTube. Has crazy high ferritin. What is crazy high ferritin? How high? How did you use it? I have it in my home. I use it sporadically, periodically. I sometimes put a drop in my water, like I will be doing that because I just scheduled my PRP surgery with the doctor so I will be doing that to help my blood. Some take it for brain fog, some take it, you usually take a drop in your water. If you are like dealing with any like candida. But my teacher, I told them I had this little sinus thing going on. So I put a tiny drop in and then I put saline and I just kind of rubbed the sinus. And I wanted to make sure that if there's a virus that like, so I would put it in, I rubbed my sinus. Of course, it's not medical advice. I'm just telling you what helped me. And that's what I did. Have you heard how low Saudis are in vitamin D, even though we live in the desert? Wow, that's very high. Okay. Sometimes it's high when the body's fighting an infection. I don't, his blood cells would kind of be high too. I wouldn't. What is your doctor saying? He might have something. There are diseases where the body makes too much iron, and one of those diseases is called sickle cell anemia. Uh, he could have cirrhosis of the liver, fatty liver disease. That can certainly happen when you have too many carbs in your diet. That may affect your ferritin, but of course, I don't know what your doctor told you. Listen to them. So vitamin D needs magnesium, it needs retinol, active retinol, it needs K2, it needs some other elements to help get it into the cells. So just because, yes, you live in a sunny desert, are you out? And if you're out, do you have those coenzymes, compounds to help vitamin D get into the cells? The other thing is okay. Why are we supposed to build muscle? Why is muscle so important? Why is muscle so important? Why is muscle so important? Let's talk about it. Vitamin C is also, yes, definitely. But why is muscle important? Yes, we know like muscle is important, but like why are some of the reasons muscle is important? Anybody? So glucose, yeah, muscle acts like a suitcase that stores more glucose. Muscle is more strength definitely helps protect your bones. It definitely helps protect for osteoporosis, but it takes more energy, nutrients. It helps activate the mitochondria to a degree. It helps activate the mitochondria, but the more muscle you have, the more it stores nutrients and glucose. Yes. So it's not just about looking good. Of course, the more muscle you have, you will also look good. You will also have better posture. Um, but why am I so inflamed on HRT? Um, HRT. So again, there's doctors who recommend BHRT, which is bioidentical hormone, and then a regular doctor will recommend HRT, because I'm trying to speak in like, trying not to upset. So basically, certain doctors can't recommend things made from nature. So HRT and BHRT are basically the same, but HRT is synthetic, man-made, and it will have a different molecular structure. So think of it like when you're opening the door with the key, and bioidentical is the key and it fits in perfectly, and there's not as many side effects, versus HRT, you're banging down the door. They both open the door, but one has more side effects. And so water retention can be one of them, because again, your cells, the weight cells, hold a lot of they can expand. And I hope I explained that well. I'm not a fan of HRT. I would rather do bioidentical HRT, and there's doctors you can work with who will run your labs, a Dutch test, and get you on all that. Um, but we'll see. I've been boiling apples. How do you feel? So if once you get your gallbladder removed, think of like the gallbladder and the liver as the front wheels of a car, right? The sorry, I was just, somebody paid. Okay. Um, the liver makes bile. Bile helps bind to the gunk and emulsify fat in your body. You need good fat for hormone production. The gallbladder would store it. Now the gallbladder is gone, so that bile is just kind of like sometimes not being made as much because your liver knows my partner is gone. But there are supplements. Ox bile is wonderful. Ox bile is wonderful, and it's great, something to look into. Suzanne Summers, yeah, she did. I mean, realistically, you don't want to do any hormones if you don't have to. But realistically, we don't live in a world where we're out and relaxed. I'm doing hormones right now because I'm trying to get pregnant, and before I started my hormones, I got my levels tested and they were quite low. And then I just today came back from a fertility specialist as we speak, and I was able to bring my levels up. Not the great, still I need help, but I still was able to improve a lot on my own with bioidentical, to the point where my doctor was impressed, but I still have, as she said, aging ovaries. So we are going to go ahead and do a surgery to boost my ovaries. But realistically, we don't want to rely on any hormones, and we want to have foods that help with our hormones. Flaxseed is wonderful. Fermented soybean and natto is wonderful. Sprouts. Have you guys ever heard of the sprouts? You buy like this. You can sometimes see them in grocery store, but they're very expensive. But you can make your own sprouts. That is wonderful. But if we're not getting those things in, then we might, as women, we go and get tested and we're like super off. So then, of course, then we're recommended to do that, right? And I haven't been as good with my diet. I need to get back on it. When and why did you get into health stuff? I got into health stuff for my own well-being. I came from a family of a lot of trauma and a lot of disease. My father's type 1 diabetes. My mother is hypothyroidism. My brother is clinically bipolar. When I say clinically, he has been in and out of mental institutes where they've had to keep him for many days at a time, and we wouldn't be able to see him. My sister is Hashimoto's. My other sister has something called osteobiplasia, where your bones grow on top of each other. So I didn't want that to become my future, and the medicine they're on is helping them, but it's not curing them, and I didn't want to have that type of life. I saw how miserable my parents are, and I chose to go a different route in life, and that's what I did. And I met mentors who educated me and sent me to the right schools. So you don't want to, I hate the word detox, honestly. It's about supporting your body, supporting your liver, so eating foods that support your body, that your liver might love. Ginger is wonderful, high cruciferous rich vegetable. So just basically any vegetable that grows in the earth, in the soil, will be nutrient dense, because it's and have less pesticides because it's in the soil. So those are your onions, your radishes, your cabbage, your Brussels sprouts, your I've been sick, and every morning I make a huge pot of fresh soup, and I get a rotisserie chicken. I know, I just chop it, like shred it. Then I add some water. Then I add as many vegetable, onions, carrots, cabbage, Brussels sprouts, fresh ginger. I bring it to a boil. That chicken broth, that chicken flavor releases in the water. Add a little bit of spices of choice, and then I add some gluten-free noodles. It's delicious, and I've been eating that 3 times a day. I'm starting to get tired of it, but it's very good, and I can just feel like it. You just feel good on the inside. I have IVF appointment in January, but I'm interested in the PRP. So I have. Do you want me to document it? I will definitely document it. Also, when we're done, follow the new Instagram, because the algorithm is a little more friendly there. If you miss it on here, you might see it there. She wanted to schedule me next week, and I was like, no, 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 no. I want to have like really good blood. So till then, I'm gonna be doing lots of ginger shots and sauna, and taking a few supplements and eating well. I just want to have like the best possible blood. So we're gonna do the surgery November 30th. Wish me luck. She's very confident that my body will respond well, given that my hormones have been improving on their own. But if I don't get pregnant, IVF is on the table. It's an option. Hopefully I don't have to do that, but we're gonna see. We will see. I will document it. They are putting me under general anesthesia, which I wasn't too happy about, but it's fine. So I'm not in the US, so the rotisserie chicken I get is hormone free, all that, like pasture raised, but it's just easier. Or you can get a pasture raised chicken and put it in the pressure cooker, and then you can use that water as your base. Um, you can use that water as your base, and it's just as good. Oh, how old are you, my dear? How old are you? I love you. Thank you for joining. Anything to help with adrenals. So Tracy, your adrenals love meditation, like anything to help calm your nervous system. But some people take ashwagandha. I personally have not. They're just taking minerals and getting sunlight on your adrenals. And I'm going to start to do a lot of more content like this because it's friendly. The app likes it. But I won't be saying, unfortunately, specific names like, oh, this helps this helps that. You can't make those claims. But basically, like right here, like you can just go like this. And sometimes when we're very stressed, they're tender. I will be posting a little exercise I do every morning where you just bring in more energy. There's something called the adrenal cocktail. It's just like sodium, potassium, vitamin C, but your adrenal loves vitamin C, so you can get vitamin C powder in uh, cherry powder that will be high in vitamin C. Do you know how about the risk of IVF? I've heard you're like to have a baby with defect. Actually, no, that is not correct because if everything in this world, if you have the money, if you have the money and you pay, I don't, maybe you can ask them to do this for free, but if you pay, they can actually select, they can do gender selection and they can actually select the strongest looking, the strongest egg and do it that way. So that is actually not correct, but it comes down to your budget and hopefully the doctors are nice enough. Uh, are you looking to get HRT for perimenopause? Or I am not in perimenopause yet, thank God. I hope to not be in it for the next 10 years to get pregnant, my dear. I just turned 43, so hopefully it works. Hi, Katie. So, hi, Katie. So I was on, are you still on here, Katie? Let me know if you're still on here. Can you talk? I will talk about Zor. So Katie, I was on a TikTok webinar yesterday and I've been taking a lot of those videos down because they're no longer community guideline friendly. So I've been slowly going through my whole account and privating those videos, and it's quite sad because I love to make that type of content, but there was a list of words that people can't use, and maybe you haven't seen a lot of wellness on your For You page. And this took effect October 11th, and it will be becoming more aggressive. So I rather not lose my account and play by their rules. So I've been privating all those videos, and from now on, I will be focusing on. I feel like my husband has a lot to offer men to teach them how to be more understanding and loving and kind. And most people don't understand that foreplay for women happens outside of the bedroom, and that's how a man treats you. And he's always, I can just relax knowing that he takes care of everything. He takes, like, I don't have to. He was up all night trying to get through Meta. He was up until 5 a.m. You know, we've tried like 4 or 5 times, and he's just such a loving human being. Like if I need to get something done, he's just there for me. And I feel like maybe men can get inspired by just being more emotionally open. Is that something you guys would be interested in? Uh, and stinging pain with any tips? Upper left, upper left. That right is your. That is like your spleen, pancreas. Are your stools a little runny? TMI. Are your stools a little runny? Hi, lovely. I'm 37. My daughter's 14 months, and I'm feeling stressed. Babe, trying to conceive baby number 2. Your daughter, I'm 37. Okay. When I'm done, just please join, please go follow my new Instagram account and I can send you the guide there. Are we allowed to do guides? Yeah, or send you the guide of what foods to eat, what supplements. I would also look into acupuncture. Definitely anything that helps you relax is really, really important. I think it was how your husband was raised, values and no, oh, quite the opposite. He was raised in a very misogynistic culture. His father won't even get himself a cup of water. His mom needs to, like, if he could like be fed with a spoon, he would. like very misogynistic. Women don't, whatever that man wants is his way. Women are just to cook and clean and have kids. Is that, did I, why are you shaking your head? That is what yeah. So no, definitely. And his dad kind of looks at him because he helps out. I have long nails, so we don't really use the wipes on our son when he goes. Number two, we like to wash him. We think it's cleaner just taking the diaper off and washing him. And my husband has washed him since day one. Um, because my nails are super long, and his father just thinks it's so bizarre.
No, it doesn't. It's just that.
He's never washed you guys.
Yeah, because it was a different
But
time.
my father is very loving. He cooks all our meals. My father's very soft. He would make us breakfast. He still loves to cook for us. So I do think it's culture, but most culture across the board for men, it's just tripled down. But it's up to the male to want to change and break that cycle. Just like we're here trying to break cycles of generational trauma. Obviously, you're drawn to me because you see something, a same energy that I'm vibrating. And the energy is I want to take charge of my life. I want to be in control of my thoughts, my emotions. I don't want to be a victim to society. I don't want to be a victim to my family. I don't want to be a victim of my circumstance. And that takes a strong human being. Uh, how did he learn to be like that? Um, I don't know if I believe in astrology that much, but I've read his chart. Maybe his chart is there's a lot of like Libra rising but how did you learn to be like that? I mean, you cry when you watch a romantic movie and I've caught you. Don't try to shy away. He like tear was rolling down his eye.
Well, you need to have a good balance of like divine feminine and divine masculine.
Okay.
Yeah.
So imagine explaining that to a guy that likes, so he's never liked to hang out with men and watch sports. That's never been his thing. He's always enjoyed the company of women. He still has no male friends. He still enjoys speaking to women, and that's okay. I have no issues with that because I know who he is, and obviously I trust him. He's a
What do you
Scorpio.
mean you trust him? You see everything. I tell
Yeah,
you
right.
everything.
I know his pass codes. He knows my pass codes. We don't hide our phones from each other. We're very transparent. We just don't but divine. Okay, so how does a man we should do a video. How does a man get that balance if he wanted to?
Well, it comes from discipline. It comes from wanting to be better, because and then you cannot reach your full potential until you have that balance set.
I was raised in that type of family dynamic. I've always wanted opposite than my mom. Yeah, definitely. Okay, I have a call, a client call at 9 o'clock. Can you put him into my phone, into the frequency
Oh.
scan? He's at 9. I don't see him on here unless he wanted to reschedule because he has before. Did you all want me to talk about Shilajit? Are you still on here, the person that wanted me to talk about Shilajit? Oh God. Of course, always consult your doctor. This is not medical advice, but I would definitely be eating a lot. I would go to the store and get quercetin in supplement form. I would take that mega dose at every like 3 hours. I would be eating a lot of chicken soup with lots of onions, garlic, ginger, drinking ginger tea. So you can buy ginger, chop it up. I've been getting in the sauna. That's super helpful. And I've been taking something called, oh God, I got in so much trouble once for saying the name. It's called Methylene Blue, and that's what I've been using. And but it's a virus. It will take time. Your body will just fight it. You just need to be really properly hydrated. And one thing you want to do is move that lymph. So you you would want to look on YouTube. There's something called the Big Six. The top is in there, love. The Big Six, and just move that lymph because you want your body flushing it out. And the more you hydrate, but when I say hydrate, like try to have lots of ginger or different teas. Nettle teas would be wonderful for you. Nettle. How do you feel about yam cream for hormones for young adults? Uh, well, do you have signs of low progesterone? Do you have signs of low progesterone? And sometimes that's spotting before or after a period, that's tender breast. The thing with any hormone, whether bioidentical or not, right? Wild yam is just bioidentical progesterone. That's what I'm taking. You need to understand that your liver, you need to be supporting your liver every day so it can properly methylate those hormones and they don't build up in your tissue and cause issues down the road. So foods to support your liver: ginger, dandelion root. There's a brand called Dandy Blend, and it tastes just like coffee. All you do is heat up your water. You put a if you want it strong or not, and you just drink it. Your liver will love it. Your liver loves amino acids. So I love to take something. You can make Jello or gummy bears. I don't have the time, so I just basically, it's like almost like collagen, but it's a little, when you put it in water, you have to drink it right away like a shot because it gets a little thick and congeals. Apple pectin is another great fiber. Your liver loves fiber because it helps bind to the bile, and if the bile is bind, it doesn't get reabsorbed into the liver, causing gunk, heaviness. So just focus on a paleo-rich diet. Lots of fruits. When I say fruits, seasonal. So right now it's fall. Think of like stewed apples, apple cobbler. There's healthy versions. Um, think of like blueberries, cranberries are wonderful, and then lots of root vegetables, cooked and steamed preferably. Uh, Okay, anymore. I think yam cream works well for very mild, but not biggie. So beach vibes. I had endo, stage 1. It wasn't as bad. I know there's stage 2, there's stage 3. I took it with enzyme therapy. I got rid of my cyst. That was systematic enzymes. Of course, always consult with your doctor. It took 2 years of diet, daily sauna, castor oil, meditation. I don't know if you've ever had trauma, that memory might be stuck within the tissue. So just, I would like massage, and I would allow my body. I got to a point where I had so much energy that my body was then able to process those thoughts. I didn't remember them, but it was able to process those thoughts. And I would just start crying. And instead of judging myself, I would actually start hugging myself and tell my body, it's okay. You've got this. Don't worry. I know it was painful. I'm here for you, because that little person inside might remember that trauma. I don't know if that was you or not. I love broccoli. All sprouts are good. They do all contain sulfur. I have dyslexia. But they're expensive. So what I do is I make my own. You can get yourself a sprouting kit. It's super easy. And then you buy the seeds. You just have to kind of give it some tender loving care for 7 days. I will definitely make a video, but I'm trying to see how I can. This is so messed up because now when I want to make a video, I have to pause and like what words are allowed, what words are not allowed. So we'll see. I just need to. Do you visit the US? I am an American. I've been away for a while, and I do have to come back like soon, for fun stuff like accounting, and my son needs his social security card so he can start paying taxes. Yay! No, I'm kidding. But I'm not. So for all that fun stuff, my driver's license is expired. I need to renew it. So eventually we're trying to get pregnant. Not me. Of course, I do need him. um, but mm, we'll see. Maybe in the spring. Did you get your Instagram account back? We are hoping it's now in the hands of a higher. We went internal team is reviewing, like the internal team. So prayers and some energy that I get it back. Hopefully, if not, there is an attorney, but he wants at least $10,000, which is insane. And he guarantees that he's so confident that if you don't get it back, he's going to refund 70% of it. Um, you always want third-party lab tested with anything. Zor is third-party lab tested. I am going to start. Yes, I'm going to start to. Yeah, that's for the attorney. Hopefully it doesn't come to that because I'd rather give that. So I made a promise. You know what is so insane? I always like connect things with the universe. Your uncle came over. He wanted that amount to build the school, and he didn't. He thought he talked about it. He needed 10 grand to build the school for boys and girls. We were like, oh well, we're kind of on a budget. We're building a home, so let's think about it. But we can't really do it. Then his mother died. I was at that funeral the same day I came back. My account was taken down. So I made a promise to God. I was like, okay, if I'd rather give my money to deserving things, and I think a school for boys and girls is always a good idea rather than an attorney. Um, okay, so this is Zor. Are you still on here that asked about it? Who here is taking Zor? Can you give me a yes? And write in the comments everything you're feeling. Be very transparent, the good, the bad, the ugly. I want to know if it's helping you, if you're not feeling anything. That's my son. Hi, meow, meow. I'm assuming you like cats like me. I'm going to take mine right now. He can't be in the video, love. Okay, so it comes like this. And you can, I'm gonna break one right now, a little piece off. I just got mine from the freezer, so it's a little hard. It was in the freezer. You can cut it on a cutting board, but if you just leave it a little bit out, so I'm gonna just break it. So it's not something to be taken every day. You can take it a few times a week as a therapy. It helps with brain fog. It helps with if you have fungus. I'm taking it right now a little bit in my nostril to help with the sinus. And I'm just gonna roll this and take it like a pill. If I were to put this in my water, it would dissolve. Is it for kids? No, it's best not for kids because it can also help with hormone issues, and kids, their endocrine system is not fully developed. But for your child, look into just going to the grocery store and getting arrowroot powder, ARROW powder. That is a root vegetable, I believe, from Peru. That will be high in phosphorus, which is good for their teeth. It will be high in magnesium, calcium. It's what they use in third world countries for formula because they don't have access to formula or can't afford it. The great thing is it has no taste, so you can sprinkle it on your child's food and just it's a little white-ish, but you can kind of like, maybe put in their ketchup or see what works for your kid. In the summertime, I used to put Lugol's. I don't really use Lugol's. I love this company out of Hawaii. They're family owned, and I always try to support family owned. However, they went out of business. I think the wife passed away. But in the summertime, I would put a little bit on my thyroid and go in the sun, and I would let the sun plasma like push it in, or I would use a red light, and that's what I would do. What happened to my Instagram? Wait, cheers. So they took it away. They took it away. I have a new one up. If you can go give it some love, Abby Energy 22. We are trying to get it back. We are trying to appeal it. It's now at an internal team that took us basically weeks to get through to somebody. And so hopefully by the grace of God, we get it back. And but these platforms are becoming they're becoming so yesterday I've been wanting, since that happened, I've been wanting to look into not pissing off these platforms. So I joined one of their webinars. I prayers and your energy. Thank you so much. If it comes down to it, there are attorneys you can hire. They're expensive. They're around 10 to 15,000. I don't know if it, I hope it. I really don't want to give my. I would rather make a deal with the Lord and give that and build a school with that funds, even though it's not in our budget right now, but that's okay. I don't want to give it to an attorney. It would make me cringe to do that. Somebody just writing up a letter. We deliver to the UK all the time. So maybe you've noticed on your For You page, there's a lot less health and wellness, not just from me, but from just in general. And that is going to be pushed very strongly. There's a lot of content that uses any word, body part, or claims that it helps with energy, or claims that it helps with, losing, we can't even say that word, losing, those videos will be in violation and the account could be in violation. So I am unfortunately going back to day one when I started, and I'm taking down a lot of those videos. It breaks my heart because it's what I'm so passionate about. Um, I told my husband, like, this is what I know. I light up when I talk about these things. But I'm going to save them and maybe have them on X, which is a little bit more liberal. But moving forward, my husband and I will do a lot of spiritual content. And I think my husband is very food is. But you can't claim that this food specifically helps this. You can't do that. And a lot of these people that I love on this account, if they don't clean up their account on this platform, they could be in they could be in trouble. So we'll see. But I think I'm gonna just focus on spirituality and energy because that is important. And I feel like my husband brings a lot to the table. I manifested him. I prayed for a guy. I couldn't even imagine having a spouse that's so. He was up until 5 a.m. chatting, trying to get through, trying to get my account back. I mean, do you want to know some of the things he does for me that I've never had in my 40 years on this planet with any other relationship? He does my nails. He showers me. He scrubs me because he knows that it's hard to reach your back. So he scrubs my back. He will come and scrub my whole body. um these are things like a lot people just think like a man thinks, well, if I don't have money, she might not be into me. But it's not just about money. It's about does he show up for you? Does he when we have an argument, we talk about it. He does not want to go to bed until we talk about. Sometimes that's annoying because I just want to be left alone. But he's like, no, I just want to talk about it. And I'm like, I don't. Yeah, but because I grew up in a very toxic household where we keep everything inside, and I'm learning to be more communicative. He he just whatever he washes my son because I have long nails. We don't believe in using wipes. We I think using soap and water is a lot cleaner. So since day one, he washes my son. He's just anything I want, I can rely on him, and that is priceless. Knowing that he he's got this. I'm 43. I've been married for 4 and I'm a little sick right now, so I'm a little puffy. I think I have. So maybe he can inspire a guy that, okay, it's not just about the money you spend. Money is great. Thank you, Muna. Money is great, but it's about showing up for your partner, supporting her, asking her how was her day, asking her, talking. Like we have an issue. We stay up uh, all day long, all night, and we can talk for hours about everything, about life, about his past relationships, about spirituality. So it's about meeting somebody, respecting them, and going on this journey of discovering life together, and discovering what you. I've been married for 3 years. This is my second marriage. Most people don't know that. I don't really talk about my past. Yeah. My first marriage was very long, a wonderful person. We just grew apart. I met him on TikTok, believe it or not. I was I was working on myself. They always say you meet him when you're not looking. Uh, I was working on myself, and he typed in the search bar spirituality, and I popped up, and he sent me a very long email. And that service, he's like, well, I see that your website is a little like off. I actually do website design. Would you like me to help you? And we just who's the breadwinner? So we, believe it or not, didn't have much when we got married. When I say much, we didn't have anything, to be honest. We didn't have a couch. We didn't have much. My parents gave us as a wedding gift 10 grand. And we had a very small wedding. I don't believe in spending a ton on weddings. I actually wore a dress that I found at the thrift store. Um, so he had a little bit of savings, and then I had a little bit of savings. We created a little business, Sheila G. But then from there, we saved all our savings, and his family gave a little bit more. And we actually do investment real estate. So we get projects. It's very boring, um, but we get like infrastructure. We fix up parks that have been dilapidated. We fix up old highways, and it's a contract you usually have with the government. And that is, it sounds very boring, but the pay is not. It's like you get a contract, and the pay might be 8 months or 9 months, but usually when one gets paid, it's a substantial amount. So rather than wasting my money on nice car, nice this, nice that, I mean, we have a practical car. We wanted to make our money work for us, which is always the uh, smart thing to do. So, and I knew that in the US, having a tiny bit of savings is very hard, because life is a little more expensive there. Food, rent, car, insurance. And that's one of the reasons I wanted to build some sort of like stability company wise. And for us, it's real estate, which I think is always uh, something that is your money's best parked in real estate than it is in the bank. So yeah, I do see a lot of creators sometimes on here, and they do well, and they just, they start to do well, but I can tell that they're wasting their income on things that won't hold their value, like nice cars, getting their nails done, the latest dresses, clothes. None of that stuff is going to work for you. So that was and maybe it's because I'm 40 and I think that way. I really don't care about handbags. I mean, I have nice handbags. I don't need 50 of them. I'm in Pakistan. Do we, yeah, so we did have connections. He has cousins that were engineers and architects. So we all joined forces. Yeah, yeah. So they basically get all the contracts, and everybody, when it's payout, gets a percentage, is how it kind of works. But the payout's very slow. The projects are, payout can be a year, 6 months, but I like it because we work on things that matter. Like we've built 3 parks for kids. We've helped, so when there's like, you see highways and there's potholes in them, somebody needs to help those potholes, and usually the government, with taxpayer dollars, will hire a company to do so. And I don't know how it works in the US. I believe it works somewhat the same, and those companies are chosen, or they're, yeah. Can you say he's the love of your life? I can, I can definitely say that, but there's also a part of me that never wants to give 100%. I don't think you should ever give 100%, because I mean, do we all think like this? One day they might not be there. They might, and so I don't know. Maybe there's still a little bit of something that holds me back, and maybe it's just the fear of one day he might not be there. I don't know. Uh, I'm in Islamabad. I'm in Islamabad. So I think if you put too much onto somebody, A, that's a lot of responsibility for them. And B, I have to go because I have a client. It's almost 9 o'clock p.m. here. Did you put them in the frequency scan? Anybody here, before I go, anybody taking Shilajit? I just want to see if any newbies are taking it. If you have any questions, please let me know. And hopefully I will see y'all tomorrow. We actually have guests coming over tomorrow. So I have to cook. Uh, we have a lot of people coming over to, yeah, barbecue. Tomorrow's a big family day barbecue. I get a little, how many, are you like this? Do you get a little drained when there's too many human beings around you? Give me a hands up if you get a little drained when there's too many human beings around you. Like just a little, like emotionally drained. It is beautiful. Yeah, me too. So I'm just like dreading it. There's gonna be a lot of people over. Uh, Well, isn't this abnormal? I don't know. Getting drained? No, it just means you're an empath, and a lot of people's energies can affect you because your heart and your heart center is open, so you take in a lot of other people's energies, and nothing wrong. You just need to be alone to just recharge yourself. And some people are like that. I am definitely one of those. Anybody on here taking Shilajit? Give me let me know. Give me a little thumbs up if you are and what you're feeling. What are these notifications? Did he join Zoom?
No,
We're getting notifications.
it's people buying shoes.
Okay. So if you bought Shilajit, you would. Why don't you just put a when? Can you put the WhatsApp
WhatsApp is
channel?
on the website.
Okay, our WhatsApp channel is on the homepage. Please join, because there, if we can, on the private group, we can talk freely. You come to me, I have this, I have that. If I don't know it, I can email my mentors, they're doctors, and I can hopefully, we can just love it. Gives me a boost of energy. I am so grateful that it's giving you a boost of energy. I feel amazing taking it right now. Like I feel great taking it for 3 weeks. Yay, that is wonderful. I'm so happy you felt it right away. Okay, some people don't. I didn't feel it right away, but you did. That's awesome. Thank you so much for allowing me into your hearts and home. Quick prayer before I go, because I have a client. I ask God, the universe, to help release everything that is holding me back from my highest good, every thought, every emotion, every person, every food, every habit. Amen. And refill my cup with the best form of blessings, love, abundance in all forms. And may I get my account back, Lord. I worked really hard on it, and it meant a lot to me. And may you bless everybody on this live with the blessing of self-love, love, health, wealth, abundance, in all forms. I am so grateful for each and every one of you. Thank you. And also, I will be having a vlog up on my YouTube, my first vlog by request. You wanted to see a daily glimpse into my morning routine. So that will be going up. They're editing it right now. And it's just a Sunday morning, and my son is yelling. I have to go. Thank you so much for allowing me into your homes and heart. Thank you. And please, if you guys could go give my Instagram some love, Abienergy.22. Okay. Is he on? Was that all she was speaking on?
No, love, can you go speak to him?
Oh my gosh.
John, go take him.